gentlemen, the honorary awards ceremony will now commence. Please rise. Please remain standing for the national anthem. 奏國歌請肅立。Mr. Lester Garson Huang, Council Chairman of City University of Hong Kong, is presiding. 主禮人，香港城市大學校董主席黃家純先生。
I declare the ceremony open.
Please take your seats. 請就座。Professor Michael Yang Mung Shu, Public Orator. 大學贊詞人楊夢蘇教授 Professor Chad A. Mirking.
Mr. Council Chairman, a career in science was almost inevitable for Professor Chad A. Mirking, growing up around the world, including multi-year stints in Korea and Malaysia, but mostly in Pennsylvania. That is partly because he didn't want to follow his parents into their line of work. His father was a judge, the smartest man Professor Mirkin said he has ever known, and a passionate believer in seeking knowledge for his own sake rather than for material rewards. His mother was a physical therapist, perhaps accounting for how Professor Mirkin acquired the most practical aspect of his character. But the pull of science was strong, and he followed his three brothers into the world of technology and innovation. One brother is a surgeon, one is a geologist, and one is a physicist. Interestingly, none of Professor Mirkin's three children opted for science as a career, but he is sure such things skipped a generation and expects his grandchildren to favor life in the labs. Professor Mirkin says his parents gave him one of the best gifts a child can ever receive. They let their sons discover for themselves what they want to do in life. They gave them the freedom to take risks, explore, and believe it's better to be happy than wealthy. Although he adds that his mother would have liked him to be a rich lawyer, doctor, or businessman. Believing in yourself has been fundamental to Professor Mirkin's career in higher education, teaching, and research. You have to be resilient, though, tough, thick-skinned, and capable of taking criticism. Professor Mirkin used to have posted on his door a copy of a review of his work that was less than kind about Professor Mirkin's ability as a scientist. He wanted his students to see that not everyone will support you, and that you have to believe strongly in yourself if you were going to succeed. Similarly, he feels that higher education institutions must hold on to self-belief. He is not a fan of universities copying each other because they will only ever be playing catch-up. Such universities rarely create any lasting impact because they fail to distinguish themselves. Professor Mirkin's belief in nanoscience remains as strong as when he first began studying for his undergraduate degree at Dickinson College, his PhD from Penn State, and his postdoctoral research at MIT. He says he was fortunate that he began his career just as modern nanoscience was starting to take off. The timing was perfect for a young scientist fascinated by what could be built at a nano scale. Over the past 30 years, the impact of his work has been felt globally. A chemist lauded for global leadership in nanoscience, Professor Mirkin and his team have transformed many aspects of modern life through their discoveries and inventions. He has authored over 850 papers, has been successfully granted over 400 patents out of more than 1,200 existing applications, and has founded 10 companies. Professor Mirkin has built the most extensive nanotechnology lab in the US at Northwestern University and possibly the world. And his research has been translated into more than 2,000 commercial products. If you ever enter almost any major hospitals worldwide, you will likely encounter a technology that originated in his lab. He has created multifaceted tools for medical diagnosis, therapeutics, tracking and treating diseases, plus semiconductor fabrication and 3D fabrication tools. One of his most inspirational inventions is using artificial intelligence-based materials for discovery. For example, he has developed synthetic techniques involving machine learning and vast data set obtained from mega libraries comprising billions of nanomaterials that can be used for identifying new materials for a rich range of applications and industries, including medical, pharmaceutical, clean energy, and so forth. He is also known for deep pen nanolithography, a nanolithography method of patterning materials on the nano scale that National Geography once considered one of the top 100 scientific discoveries that changed the world. And for 3D high-area rapid printing, or HARP, which doesn't sacrifice resolution and quality for speed. It is believed that HARP will revolutionize how we manufacture goods and products. So it is no wonder that Professor Mirkin is a dedicated believer in the need for universities to translate their research from the labs to industry into devices and technologies that will genuinely impact society and improve people's life. Focus on quality, Professor Mirkin insists, not on numbers. Insists that what you publish is essential and not necessarily where you publish it. He doesn't doubt that life as an academic is a bruising business, so you must be robust and adaptable. you must be courageous enough to pull yourself up. You have to believe in and be passionate about what you want and why. Explore your world, and you will find where destiny lies. Mr. Council Chairman, Professor Chad A. Mirking is one of the most dynamic scientists working today, one whose cutting-edge research has had and will continue to have a dramatic impact on people's life and in health, material, and fabrication. Mr. Council Chairman, it is my honor to present to you Professor Chad A. Mirking for the conferment of a Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.